With college football 25 having a huge debut and Madden 25 less than a month away, what are your favorite sports games?
Well, I can take this one real quick because I gotta say I love FIFA. This takes me back to my college days, even a little post-college days, but I have played hundreds and hundreds of 12-minute games of FIFA. That game, once you understand kind of what you're trying to do, it's like the best game of foosball you'll ever play in your life. And you just become so addicted. You start to know every soccer player out of nowhere. All of a sudden you're watching soccer on Saturday mornings. It's a whole thing. It bleeds into your entire life, and FIFA just nailed it. And now it's not even FIFA anymore. It's FC something. But there's rumors that FIFA is actually going to come back again. They're going to reboot it. So that's my game. That's my first pick. And it's really, that's peak for me for sure.
So sports games are not my forte. I've tried a few. I've tried some baseball games. No, they don't really do it for me. Football games, the controlling makes no sense to me. I don't know. The only thing I know is a tight end, and that just makes me giggle. But it was Mega Man Soccer for the Super Nintendo way back in the day. Basically, you played soccer with a bunch of Mega Man sprites, and from what I remember, there were certain powers that you could pick up that allowed you to hit the ball into the goal faster. It would make like a fireball. You could use some powers from the Mega Man series. I have foggy memories of it, but it was a sports game that I absolutely adored and played so much of it back in the day. But I haven't seen much or heard. I would love to see a reboot of it at some point, but that would be my first one.
That is a good one. For my first, I'm kind of cheating. I'm lumping a few in there. First was Connect Sports. I absolutely adored the motion controls and everything, and all the volleyball and all that sort of stuff. But then that also reminded me I love the Switch volleyball, so I destroy fools regularly on that one, still to this day, and ruin many lives, and it makes me proud. And so basically, I love the motion control sports games from, starting with Wii Tennis all the way to where we are with Switch Sports, and the new basketball they just released and stuff like that. So any sort of like get up off your ass party game that's sports, I will play it. I will destroy you, and I absolutely love it.
I mean, I have super fun memories of at your house with the big projector playing outside. Like that was always a lot of fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because it was huge. So that I really liked.
It's so fun. I have a few for this last one, but I'm just gonna have to nail it down. One of them that I just loved, which I know it's not like the most sporty game, but Trials for the Xbox 360.
That counts. That is a great pick. I love that one.
Yes. So
I love them all.
That I love them all too, but I feel like the 360 is really where I got.
Yes.
I really sunk my teeth into it, and
such a good call.
It's a motorcycle game where you're just jumping over obstacles, and it's
I played all of them.
Oh, it is so addicting, and honestly, I'm ready for like a new one. Reboot, like right now. So I think that was honestly like, if you wanted something that was just like it was just challenging enough to where you're like, can I actually do this? I'm just gonna keep trying. It was so addicting.
Yes. And then you get your friend's ghost, and I would be obsessed with trying to beat my friend in the latest one. I would be obsessed with trying to beat my friend's ghosts and stuff like that, and their times and all that sort of stuff. It was really good.
Oh, this is a totally great game. I honestly miss it, and I miss those 360 gems. They're so good. For sure. So yeah, that's my second pick for sure.
Good pick.
My second one is, I think it's one of the best sports games that has ever been made, and that is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I played these games when they first came out in college. Again, it was another game that we gathered around the TV, and you one person did a round, then the next person did a round, and you're cheering for each other like all around one CRT TV. It was super. Like, I have really, really fond memories of it. And then they did a remaster of it 2 or 3 years ago, and it just looks gorgeous on the PlayStation and the Xbox. So I bought it again and relived all those feelings all over again, except alone on my couch, not surrounded by friends like back in the day was.
I think actually the Game Pass or fans are licking their chops waiting for that one. That's like one of the last big ones to drop on the service, and they don't have a date yet, but everyone's saying that it's going to be coming.
Ooh,
yeah, I mean, awesome. And when it does, it's a really fantastic game. Once you get the hang of it, I did a lot of when I would start my skateboarding series, if I just missed the first kick, I immediately start and redo. Like, I want to make it a perfect run as I possibly can. But they did such great things with it, like hiding environmental destruction within it. And then you'd find collectibles and you'd find different songs. And the soundtrack is fantastic, especially if you like any sort of punk music. It's just, those are really, really, really fun games. And I remember one E3 I went to way back in the day. They were promoting one of them. I don't think it wouldn't have been one or two, but one of the Tony Hawk games. And Tony Hawk was there, and they built a half pipe in the E3 for him to do his tricks on. And that was a great memory too.
That's so awesome. Yeah, my last pick is actually kind of based on my memories too. I formerly worked at G4 back in the day when we had American Ninja Warrior, so I always loved those sorts of things. That's like platforming, but in real life, and you guys know how I feel about platforming.
Yeah.
So I would say my honorable mention and just quick shout out is Doritos Crash Course. I absolutely adored that. I know that was a free game on the 360 back in the day, but Doritos Crash Course, don't sleep on it, was fantastic. But that really leads to my real pick, and that is Fall Guys. Yes, I know it's not like a real sport.
That's not a sports game.
But it kind of is, because it's like Ninja Warrior. It's competitive, and you can get first. I'm fine about it.
I'm ready. I'll fight you on that one. That is not a sports
Lord,
game.
you got to break the tie. Is it a sports game or not a sports game?
Yes, and I'm glad. I was going to pick that, and you already did, so I was like, Dan already picked the Fall Guy. I'm just
competing doesn't mean it's sports.
I mean, but they're obstacle courses, and it's like a competition. So
let's have the listeners decide. Listeners, when you see this on YouTube, you should comment and tell us if you think Fall Guys is a sports game.
Exactly. So please sound off in the comments and support your boy here, because a new season just dropped this week and a new pass. So if you have lapsed on that game like I have, now's the time to jump back in, because it's a great sports game that anyone can play.